All right, so I was in the middle of shooting a video when this came. I know what it is because I've been waiting for about 3 months. So let's just open this and I'll do a quick review. And it's art related, so I don't cut myself. All right, Body-Kun Deluxe Set, the black. Let me zoom in. All right, so I have been waiting on this thing about 3 months. I guess, I don't know, from coming from Japan or China or wherever it is. It's gonna take a minute, but it was a pre-order, so I don't know if they're already out or not. I'm assuming, but I don't know. Anyway, front of the box, the black, and I'll tell you why in the back of the box. And these are little nice boxes, colorful boxes. So, but it's what it comes with is the reason I bought it. I already have 3 gray ones, but these come with more. So let's get into the box. And sorry for the view. I'm shooting from above, so you're gonna get a lot of above or down shots. No side shots. Till I figure out how I can do that. And show you the rest of my messy room. All right, this is what it comes with. So get the camera to focus again. And it also comes with this little grid. I guess you can draw, use the grid paper as a stand for drawing, so you can do perspective drawings. And it comes with your instruction. You have all these hands. It's all in Chinese, Japanese, Chinese. I'm not even going to say anymore. But it has different tools from the gray one. The gray one had like a samurai sword. It had a laptop, a phone, a tablet, a couple other things. This one comes with more stuff. Let's get into it. Okay, what's hanging out the bottom? One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8 sets. 9, 10, 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20 pair of hands. That's a lot of hands. As it looks like these are your paired hands, your left and right. But somehow over here you have these 2 extra ones which are completely different. Well, these 4 which are completely different. So both hands won't do the same thing. So I don't know what these are for, but we'll find out. So let's open up these little tools. I see the sword, the shield. What is it? I think it has a cup and a saucer. A couple other things. Put this there. And I just removed my backing because my camera was not focusing, and I was just going to use a black background. And as soon as I did that, this came. So this would have been black on black, so it would have been impossible to even show you. So I had to put it back on. These are the stand parts. This is one of the really good things I like about these stand parts. It comes with this case that you can put all of this stuff into. One of the best things about the deluxe set. You take the pole. Where is it? It's been a minute since I had to put something like this together. This folds out. It sticks in its back. I think this one goes in, so you can put it in. Yeah, you put it in here. And it goes up or down. You put it in left or right. Left or right. You turn it to whatever side. Stick this in, and you have not only a carrying case for all of your stuff, but you have the stand for the person. So let's take this guy out. We got tape in. And we'll deal with the hands and stuff later. Let's take it all out. and these. And there's a hole in his back. He's black, so you're not gonna see. It's a lot of shine, and it goes into the back here, and then you can hold him. It holds him, and then in whatever pose you want to put him in, you know, he's there for the duration, so you can draw him. And it goes up, down, and it stretches forward. If you want to put his feet down like on the ground, this bends. You just have to figure out which way it bends, or know which way it bends. Put his feet down. He can stand on the base. Put that in there. Turn it to the side. And you can have it stretch forward. It's new, so it's still tight. And he can stand on the ground. Of course, he can stand up on his own as well because of the feet. And this is one good thing that I like about it is that his shoes. The articulation is crazy good. You have your ankles, you have your toes. And as I said, I like this because it's going to be hard for you to see this, like I said, because it's black. I like this one because most times, about 95% of the times, you're drawing people in shoes or boots or whatever, especially if you're doing comics. And every other thing gives you the toes. You know, only time you would draw the toes is if you're drawing a woman in heels or somebody on the beach or, you know, getting out of the tub or whatever. And I'm going to try to remember to keep looking at this from the side. So another reason why I bought this is, let me pull this other guy down and show you. Here you have the gray one. Same thing, case, it just has different weapons. All the weapons go into this. But another reason why I bought this right off the bat is if you have the two and you are putting them in a fighting position, a talking position, or whatever together, then there is no mistake of what goes, what arm goes where, or what head is tilted what way. So that's another reason why I wanted the black figure as well. And then the third reason, main reason is, hopefully this will be different in editing, is you see the shine. Well, however you turn it, you see the shine. Let me turn this light on the side here. It's really hard for me to see the difference in color in the monitor. But if you're doing black clothes or something and you just wanted that shine, or leather, and you wanted to see where that shadow fell or that highlight hit it, this is perfect for that. And I'm assuming it's going to stay shiny, you know, without wear and tear. The gray ones stay shiny as well. But as far as light wise, you get more shadow coming off the gray than the black, obviously. So that's the second reason why I wanted to get this thing. You get so much shadow, you get your reflection. Opposite from shadow. Yeah. So now let's take a look at some of the things that it comes with. These hands are easy. Let's go to this right here. These, what is this? I know this is the hook right here that goes around his back. If you didn't want the thing in his back, you have this little hook that goes and holds him up. And I think this one goes up under the bottom. So you would have to hook it here, in here. I want to shove it in there. And I believe it goes up under the bottom like this to hold him in that position. So I'm assuming something goes into these holes right here to help go around him, or maybe just lean him back. But it's an underneath hook. Probably a little painful for him to deal with. So either I usually stand him, or I'll use the standard hole in the back and just float him, or just stand him, or however. So one thing about this is the articulation. One thing I always look for is, will they do a split? That's the first thing I do usually when I get a figure. And this is him, so usually that side kick. Try that side kick, and that's because of my background in the martial arts. And then I just love comics, fighting, doing comics. See how some person would fight. So he's got that kind of a kicking stand if you're standing up. I guess you can probably lean him back a little bit more, but of of course, as I showed, the swivel in the feet, the knee will come all the way back. And this is in my monitor, all I'm seeing is like a solid piece of black with just a little bit of focus, a little bit of light hitting it. So it's coming all the way up for a nice little kind of, I don't want to say Spider-Man jump, but just nice little jump. And I had one that had really good kneel. The foot would come all the way back to that for like a kneeling position, so that he would be, this would touch that. I don't know what figure that was. Yeah, I don't know what figure that was. I'm looking at my other figures thinking of the name. So yeah, you have the completely around. This is as high as this goes from the side. Trying to remember which view is better, from the top or from the side. And you have this little swivel joint in here that helps it to go around, so you can kind of pull back, pull the chest, kind of like when you bow the chest, your arms, your shoulders go back like that. The head, of course, it goes all the way around. The neck is not, the neck does move a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. And then of course in the stomach. Bend over that much. Bring that leg up. He won't go down. What figure that I saw, is it the synthetic human? I think it will kind of collapse and his head will touch his knee. I don't want to pull it out. So yeah, I think that's as far as that goes. And going backwards, that is as far as it will go going backwards. So if you want to do like a flying position, there's your flying position. And these things are really good. They're expensive. I think this was like 60 now. Maybe because it was a pre-order. I don't think it was 90. I think it was like 60 something. It'll pop up here somewhere. So, you know, it's just good to have these figures. I mean, they're not 100% accurate as far as muscle structure, but it's good to get you started. If you have this and say you want to do like an upshot of the character, where you might be drawing it and it might be just a little wrong, but you can use this as a reference. And it's good to get any type of figure. If you're really new to drawing, buy you like a $10 old G.I. Joe or something. At least that'll get you started. Something that does not have a lot of like weapons or something and gear strapped to it, because it'll cause you to focus on that versus the character. Let's see if I can get a close-up of this. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on that black, but I love the way the highlight hits it. As I said, my monitor usually shows black, more solid, so I'm seeing 85% black in this monitor I'm looking at right now, and very little highlight. That's why I want to give a close-up. But yes, it's really good, especially in like the face. Good for doing like dark shadow images. That'd be a nice little pose right there. All right, so as I say, you have all these hands. These hands, they come off easily compared to a couple other the figures that I have. They come off, just snap off quite nicely and snap back on quite nicely. Comes off of here. And with my gray figure, I have the hands all mixed up, so I have to put them back together because I have left and left, and I'm looking for like the sword hand and this other hand and that other hand. So these hands come, you know, they come off and they come in quite nicely. It's like the thinking pose. So the elbow bends in all the way. Well, not all the way, but a lot of the way in. So this guy can do like the thinking pose. What's for dinner tonight? So yeah, let's stick that hand back on. So you have all these hands. I'm not gonna make this crazy long. And these hands are nicely sculpted. They're not just like bulky, blocky kind of hands. They really have some actual texture to them. As far as detail, let's see if it'll focus on that. Let's use this. Try white. I might get mixed up with the stripes. it's just not a lot of shadow. It's too much shadow for me, like I said, in my monitor. But these hands, but they are small, but they really have a great shape to them, is what I'm saying. Whoever sculpted this did a really good job. So if you want to draw hands, this would be really good detail for you. And that's that set. And that is this set. And I guess you have like your sword holding hand here, right here, and a couple other hands that can do some things. Another shield. Let's open some of these things up and take a look at it. I don't want to open too many up, but you have your sword, scissors. I don't know what this is right here. I don't know if this is like, I don't know what this is. I'd have to read it, but I know you have your cup here. Get it away from the rest of the black. You have a cup. A little like teacup looking. I think this is more, whereas the other one was more traditional, not traditional, up to date with the iPhone. Well, not iPhone. Why did I even call out iPhone? The cell phone, the tablets, the computer. This is more old school. You have your old school sword, your old school shield. I think this is a plate. It's a popsicle. I don't know if they had popsicles back in the day. These are legs for the tables. You can make the table. This turns into a table. This turns into, and I'll do that. You can have a short table, Japanese style, and long table, American style. Bigger cup, smaller cup, and a little teacup. This is a dish for the teacup. I don't know what this is for. This probably could be for the shield. This one and this one could be for the shield. And the ice cream cone. I don't know what these two are for. Let's take this sword out just because. And I'm cutting it because these things are in there tight. I don't really want to break it. So it is for the shield. So the two rounds are for the shield. Let's take this out just because. Put the shield together. Okay, I'll throw that money away. It's in there. I'll get it in a second. Let's see if I can twist it out. Yeah, twist it out. So it goes in one side, and the other goes in the other side. So I'm assuming you put the arm on it first, and then you should put the arm on it first, and then put the shield in. Let me get this other one that just fell out. All right, so. How would you wear your shield? And they look like they're both the same size. Round. No, I think this one might be a little bigger, as in it could go over the top arm, the fatter part of the arm. So you have to put it through the arm and slide it up. And then get it in there. This room is so dark. This thing is like a solid black. It's like trying to work with one eye closed. And get it in there. And then, wow, will that even go there? Come on. Big sausage thumbs. Hard to work with. I'm telling you, this is like all black here, and I can't see anything. It couldn't have a different arm, and it couldn't have a different hand to do it. Got the one in, and tell you one thing, he won't be holding this shield long. It's weird because it won't really, I'm not going to say it won't, I'm just going to say I'm having trouble doing it. I was going to say it won't go in because of the thumb, the position of this hand. Maybe if I twisted it. Shield usually goes on the side. So let's try that. This whole video will be about holding his shield. Goes over the wrist. The crazy part is that it will not go over his thumb because his hand is bent. It's going around here, but it's hitting that thumb. So maybe you have to have a shield hand. Let's try this. Let's take this out. Maybe that's why you have these different little hands, these other hands, and I don't see something that would like actually be a shield holding hand, because this one is open wider. Let me cut this light out. These wrists are open wider. This is a cup holding hand here. I'm thinking this is a shield, two sword holding hands. Put it in. This is one here. All right, somebody's like, put it on, put the thing on. What is this? This is the right. Like so. And the sword is tight too. The sword won't like flop around. Don't embarrass me. Don't you let that sword go. So, not that he's going to be sword fighting anybody and swinging it, you know, on his own, but it's in there tightly. Good size sword. It's not a double. It could be a double hand sword. Let's see if I can get him to hold it. It would work. You have the two hands. Let's try the other hand. Something I never thought about. Come off. Come off. You're off camera, so I need to make sure you're still on camera. All right. Bend in there. Hold that sword. Yeah, so you could have a double sword, hold it over his head for that kind of sword thing, adjust his head, so it looks something like that. Put your head down there. You could go all the way back. That's kind of neat. Bring it down. That sword pose. I'm not a poser. See, you know, I look at the videos and I see these people with doing these cool poses. I'm like, man, that is so nice. Because they have the balance. They do the balance. So if you're looking at it, it would be like this. You know, so if you were drawing it, if you needed that pose and you could rotate it, you would be able to see it from all different sides, which is cool. This is why you should always use reference whenever you can. I mean, once you start drawing like 10, 15, 20 years, you won't need it anymore, but just starting out, it's cool. So let's see if I can get that shield again. Maybe it's just for one circle. I want to say one of these is slightly bigger than the other one, slightly. My hands are too big to try to compare these, to stack these anyway, so I think it is. One is slightly bigger than the other. I know you can't see that, but let's just put one side on. Maybe it's geared to that. I would read the instructions, but this is not in English, or is it? Yeah, some of them are. No, this is something else. I'm looking at something else. No, they don't have an English side and a side. Oh, tear it. Oh, there goes the value. So I'm right. So it does, one does hold, and you have an open hand for the shield. It's supposed to go, but that thumb right here, that thumb is blocking this small one. This one fits fine, and then you have the hands for the teacup. I guess that's like the Japanese traditional cup, and a regular old mug. And I want to show you the table. This is how the table goes. Take the top of the case and then put the table on. So these are your hands. So let's put this thing together. Put the table together. So you can sit down with your traditional cup of tea or your ice cream. Let's give them the long legs. Put the long legs on the table. So that would be the top of the table. Just move all this out the way. This is the one thing about this. When you have so much stuff, it just kind of like gets in the way. It's just like, and you tend to lose a hand. This is why this carrying case is so great. I think that was one of the key sellers for me, that, and the fact that they were wearing boots or shoes. That was, to me, I was like, yes, sir, that's what I needed. I got tired of drawing having these little feet, because it's hard to do feet. So you have the table. We can take the sword down, take the sword out, the mountain. Have your little cup. Let's say this little traditional teacup with this little plate. And I hadn't planned on taking all this stuff off. I was going to leave it because I don't think I'll ever use that stuff. And you have, let me tilt it to the side here. Get a little bit of a side tilt. It's a bad thing about having the camera above. I don't want to do that because it's not going to stay. My table is angled at the same time, and I have these big old meaty thumbs, meaty fingers. You can sit down with this traditional cup of tea, and then you can enjoy the show. What show, Brian? What show are we talking about? What does he enjoy? This is why I get demonetized. He can enjoy the pole dancing show while he drinks his tea. Yeah, see, this is where you get demonetized. Enjoy the pole dancing show. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I'm crazy. And this is the female. This is the female. The only thing about the female are those hands are so tiny. Look at the little hands. Look at the little hands. So, yeah, anyway. This is about the black. So, yeah, he's going to enjoy the pole dancing show later at night when the adults come out. So you have that, you have the shield, you have the ice cream. Why would he walk around with a popsicle? You have the shorter legs for the table if you don't want to, have the tradition. I guess if he wants to sit straight down and you want the small table, they need to have a chair and a computer table, but who knows, maybe the version 3, they'll have that. Just whatever. Got his little cup here. This is not the cup holding hand, but I'm not even going to try to hook it in there. Fingers, yeah, so, but it's a good setup for if you're drawing, the inside thing with the table, take the cups off. If he's sitting down with on his little table and he wants to enjoy a meal or whatever, but basically it's for, what is it for? Reference. And I want to see what this little square piece is right here. Oh, okay, so right here you can put one round. Where is it at? You can put one round and one square, or the 2 round on it, so you could actually somehow, maybe the hand will actually grip the square part of the shield. So let me show you how to put these things in a case, because it's really neat. I know the sword goes under the bottom, the shield probably goes under the bottom. With the other one, it had little cutouts that you can rest the shield across, and these sit just right down in these little slots. There are slots in the side of this that these pieces slide into, and they hold them in place. These hands gotta go. It's kind of hard to get them in there. Like that, and then like that. They slide in there, and then this top, which you've already seen, minus the legs, all this stuff can go on the bottom. Fits on top of it. It's not like a snug fit. I mean, it will come off easily if you kind of like shake it and tip it over. But I mean, why would you shake it and tip it over? You can carry it in your book bag. It'd be kind of neat if it had like a snap or something to it, some snap into. Carry it in your book bag when you go out and you want to draw with your friends or whatever. It all fits in there, other than the figure. The figure won't fit in the box, but all the stuff fits there so you won't lose it. And it's just a wonderful thing. These two, I don't use these. I just keep them in the box. So I'm going to take the rest of these off and then put these all in the box. And then you have your, where is it? Where's my pole at? See, they're losing it already. Here it is. Keep your pole here. Where's the other piece? That's the gray. I took that out, the girls. No, I didn't. Hers is here. And then his goes here. And this thing swivels around. This is not his. This is somebody else's because this doesn't fit. It's very loose. And then it goes up and down. So is it? This is yours, sweet. Why is this cracked? All right, so I'm just putting it all together. And this one is a popsicle holding hand, chocolate popsicle. I don't even call this chocolate popsicle. This is just black popsicle. So yeah, get it in focus. And both of these are popsicle hands. This one right and left popsicle hand. I think this is probably the only odd hand out. This one right here. So yeah, because there's no second one to that. So I don't know what that is going to be. It's like maybe a thrusting hand or something. I don't know. When you thrust that hand into somebody's heart and their chest and pull that heart out. So yeah. As I said, everything goes in there nice and neat. The top goes in there and you have the display. You set your guide. Where's my top? My top. These, like I said, I don't use. I keep these in a box. I mean, it'll still fit in here, but I just keep them in a box. Put the top on. Put the hexagon thing on, and it swivels, you know, around. And depending on how you put it in, this goes this way and back. It won't go side to side unless you take this out, turn it this way, and then have it go side to side like that. But usually I'll keep it there and then I'll have him and I'll just leave him standing on the base. I'll just be showing all of this in the camera. So the little hole goes in a little hole in the back. It's nice and firm. I've had them for a while and I had these guys just standing, not on the base, but they are kind of like on the base in the air. So which way am I going? I'm gonna go back. Like that. So, and then just have him just basically standing, adjust it a little bit, and he'll stand on the base. His feet will actually be planted on the base, and you can just pose him in. Sorry for the voice. I don't know why. Go back a little bit. Or you can just have him hanging in the air in a cool pose, and then you can just have him, he's got the sword hands. All right, just have to remember that. And they could just stand there forever, just, you know, in your pose. There it is, this is tight. I had to put it in all the way. And then you could just sit on your shelf, in your pose that you choose until you decide to use them. So as I said, I have 3 of these. I have 3 gray, the female and 2 of the male, because it's just so neat. And the male has the samurai swords. I think it has zoops, if you can see in there. He has the samurai sword right here. That's a laptop that actually opens. He has a little cell phone. He has a gun, which if I can get the gun to move around, the gun is, this is a cell flip phone. Has a little gun. Parts of these come with the other guy because he got the 2 gun. This is the gun in the gun hand, the samurai sword, the laptop. He's got, it's like a little stylus pen for your tablet. You got the laptop here and you got the tablet stuck to the side of it somewhere, but this is more of the modern stuff. And then you have other hands, and of course they will fit. Let's see if they have some of the same hands in the gray that they do, like these little piece hands. Are they different? No, they have the same. They have the same, basically the same hands as the gray. So I thought they would give me some more different hands. Probably different for the samurai sword itself. But now I'm comparing the gray to the black. So basically, are they different? I think no, they are the same. No, they are different because this one has the, let me move this so you can see, it's black. This one has the piece with the, out the thumb. Where did I see the other one at? One had a piece with the thumb. No, this one. What am I doing? No, they're the same hands. I think I'd have to do a full comparison and just pull all out, each one of them off of the base. No, I want to say they do have a couple different hands because I don't see this particular hand here. This particular hand right here, which is a nice little hand. This one and this one, I don't see that in black, or do I? Is that it? There's the peace symbol. There's one, the pointed finger with the thumb. Okay, I see the thumb. So they do have the same hands. Maybe not the sword hand because that's a totally different sword. And the popsicle hand, of course. So you might get two different hands in there. And I don't think this one has, yeah, it does have one thrusting hand right here. So, yeah. Comparing the two, and since it's open, here's your samurai sword. Here's your laptop, and I do believe this opens up. You know, so, you know, it's dead right now. So, you know, if I plug it up, it'll probably take a few minutes to charge up, and then you can, you know, search up on the internet with this. And somebody's like, really? No, it's plastic. So, yeah, so getting the gray out of the way and getting back to the black. As I said, I have two grays, two male grays. The female I kind of liked it, but I didn't really like the actual shape. Her hands are so tiny. I'm afraid that I might break one pulling it on and off. And then you have your characters that you can, you know, basically put together. I'm not gonna pull the other male out. She wants to turn around like that. So there you have your things. And like I say, it's good to have reference. It's really good to have reference. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I think these were like 110, maybe because I was late getting it. So it was ×2. I think the female was a little cheaper. Maybe like $95 because you have less. But this one, I want to say 60 because it was a pre-order. And whenever you do pre-orders, they are a little cheaper than when they become in demand. So that's going to be it for this video for the black Body-Kun Deluxe. Now, if you can get the regular one, just this and the stand. Does it come with a stand on the regular one? I don't know. I don't think it comes with the stand. It comes with the maybe just the top part without all this base inside of it. But you get that, if I'm not mistaken, without the extra stuff, which would probably be a lot cheaper. But yeah, that's going to be it for this review. Let me clear my table off so it'll look presentable after it leaves. So we'll get ready for the commercial. So yeah, that's it for this video. And Amazon, I'll leave the link. And hopefully they have them in stock so you don't have to wait 3 months like I did, unless it's just, you know, they got a ban on stuff coming from China or Korea or wherever, and it's just going to take forever to come. So that's it. I'll see you guys later in my next video.